Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words can't bring me down. Oh no, so don't you bring me down today.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alan. For the next few weeks through September, I'm going to be doing some videos to raise money for the Stroke Association and to basically show you my journey of doing the 350,000 steps September. This is an event that the Stroke Association are doing, and they're going to be doing it through September, and I have decided to take part in this challenge. Like a lot of other people out there who are taking part in it, I feel very excited about this this challenge, and I just want to do a few videos each week to show you how I'm getting on, and to basically give you a little bit of information about stroke, and to give you a little bit of stroke awareness, and to spread a word about what to look out for, and like things just like that. So I just give you a quick update. I started my challenge last week. The reason for this is because I'm getting my Botox in my arm and my leg at the end of September, and I want to do this challenge and I want to finish it before I get my Botox. And the reason why I want to do this challenge is because I feel it's very important, and it means an awful lot to me as a stroke survivor that we can actually get together, try and raise some money, and raise money for the research that we all need to help people with strokes and things like that. So it means an awful lot to me. Now, getting on to doing this challenge is that the group actually, the Stroke Association have a Facebook group who are all doing this challenge. People are doing it all, and you know, we kind of, there's emails and we talk back on the Facebook page. And I was talking to someone a few days ago who was doing the challenge, and she was asking me about what type of stroke I had and how it has affected me. So just let you know how my stroke has affected me. I had my stroke when I was 6 years old, and it has left me with some learning difficulties, and as well, my left side I can't really use at all. It's always like this, and I have a limp. My foot kind of goes up like this. At the moment, my toes are more up like this, further up, because of my Botox that I did get 6 months ago is now wearing off. So I just wanted, as I was saying, I just wanted to tell this person that. And when I was talking to her, she was saying to me that, you know, at least you're around and at least you are a survivor. And for me, I've never looked at myself as being a survivor, and it kind of sounded and it felt strange, but it is true. I am a survivor. I am still here. There's a lot of people who are no longer here because of stroke, and I am going to be doing and dedicating my Steptember to all those people who have lost loved ones to stroke. I'm doing it for them, and it's going to be like a good bit of a challenge for me to do. So for me, anytime I'm going to be out doing my walks to do those steps, I'm going to be thinking about those people who are no longer here. And so that's one reason why I'm doing this challenge, is for those people. But as I said, I did find it strange thinking that I was actually a survivor of stroke. It's kind of a weird feeling, but it is true. So so just give you a bit of information about my YouTube channel and why I set it up. I set this channel up back in 2019. The reason was that I actually had put on a lot of weight, and when I was getting my Botox in my arm and leg, the consultant found it very hard to inject the needles in, well, put the needles in my arm and get my arm and leg into positions that he wanted. He just found it a bit hard. So he suggested to me that if I would go maybe to a slimming group or something, just basically to lose a little bit of weight. So I did that, and I lost around 6 stone. So I've lost 6 stone, and I'm pretty happy with that, and my consultant was pretty happy with that as well. For the simple reason is he finds it easier now to give me my Botox and things like that. And as well as that, some people in my slimming group did say to me that if I'd set up a YouTube channel and brought awareness to people who survive from strokes, and kind of tell my story, and as well to share my journey of my weight loss, that they would help me raise money for stroke. And the charity that they wanted me to help me with was, I knew a nurse who works in Fairfield Hospital on the stroke ward, and at that time they were trying to raise money for a stroke garden for the stroke patients and for their families and friends. So I did the challenge on YouTube by making a few videos each week, and that went on for a few months. And I raised £1,500 for the stroke garden, and I was so happy in myself that I actually did something to help some people. So I was really happy with that. And then I just decided to carry on doing these videos, only because it has helped me with my speech. By doing these videos, it helped me with my speech. And as well, I do ask people who actually are subscribed to my channel to actually send me comments down in the comments down below, and send me a message. So if you're watching this, send me a message in the comments part down below. And the reason why I wanted that is that I find it difficult with my learning disability to actually read and write and do things like that. So by people sending me messages, I would have to respond to these messages. So I'd use the things that they'd say, I'd have to break down the words, I'd have to try and read them, and I used it as a bit of kind of to help me get myself to know how to say certain words, and as well to help me to remember things. And then I'd have to reply to people. So it's all about, you know, breaking down words, putting them together, knowing what that word is, then making a response to them. So basically learning how to spell certain words so I can actually make a response, so I can reply to these people. So that's the reason why I kept doing this channel. I kept it going. And back then at the probably October of 2019, that's another thing before I go on about what I was talking about. Sometimes in these videos, and sometimes generally, I get things backwards or I say things wrong. So if you haven't been here before, and if you watch these videos as we go through September, you will probably notice that sometimes I either repeat myself or I may say the wrong thing. So it's just one of those things that I have because of having my stroke. Another thing is, as I said, sometimes the words come out wrong. So sometimes I say to my friends, oh, can you put on the washing machine? I'd love a cup of tea. And then I'd have to think about it for a second and go, no, can you put on the kettle? I would love a cup of tea. So, you know, it does go a bit haywire every so often. So yeah, so I set this channel up back in 2019, and then in October of 2019, that's what I was going to tell you, is I did Give a Hand and Bake for the Stroke Association, and I raised £600 doing that by baking different types of cakes and different types of things, and it was really, I really enjoyed it, and I raised around £600, I think, £600. I need to check on that, but as far as I know, it was around £600. And I really enjoy doing that. So in these videos each week, I'm going to be sharing a few different things, what I get up to in a day, like physiotherapy, different types of things that I do, and as well giving you an update on me doing my step challenge. and I'm going to be doing a little bit of baking. So when it comes to those videos, I will give you the recipe and I'll give you the ingredients that you need, and we'll do a little bit of baking. Everything I will be doing will be healthy. It won't be that fattening. So I'll share some of those little recipes that I did for Give a Hand to Bake. And I really enjoyed that because it helped me in the kitchen as well. Also, I like doing challenges that help me rehabilitate myself with my stroke. Like with Give a Hand to Bake, I'm not very good in the kitchen, I'm not very good with doing things, and by doing that it helps me in the kitchen and things like that. It just helped me, and by doing this step challenge, it's going to help me get through September before I get my Botox. I'm going to have to push myself with my leg, and again, it is kind of like I'm going to look on it as being a bit of physiotherapy, but I do still use my walking stick. So even though I'm doing the challenge, I have my walking stick, and then I sit down ever so often, I get back up, I need to take little rests ever so often. I still do that, but I'm still determined to do this challenge. So as I said, it is so important to me. So yeah, as I said, that's the reason why I set up this this channel, was basically to raise money for stroke and to share basically my life story and to share my slimming journey that I'm on. Yes, so just give you a little bit of background about, my stroke, what happened to me. So I had my stroke when I was 6 years old. I was living in Dublin, Ireland, and on a Friday, me and my brother, I'm the youngest in the family, so my brother and my sister and me we were always allowed to have an ice cream from the ice cream van. So the ice cream van always came out on a Friday, and we were always allowed to buy an ice cream with our pocket money on a Friday. So basically, the ice cream van came, and we all plodded out, as you do as kids. And I got to the ice cream van, but then I dropped my money. So when I went down to when I bent down to pick up my money, I got an awful pain in my head, and it was really bad. And then on my left side, I noticed that my lip kind of got a bit rubbery, and I couldn't really speak that well, and I just felt very weak all over, especially with my left side. It just felt not right. So I was crying a little bit, and my parents came out and they took me into the house. And it's funny because even though I was 6 years old, I kind of remember nearly everything that actually happened. It's a strange thing. And when something kind of happens in your life that is kind of really hard or really painful to you, you kind of do remember. And I remember everything. So my parents brought me into the house, and they thought, oh, he'd be all right in a second. But after talking to my mum and dad afterwards, through the years, they were like, yeah, we thought you were going to be all right. And then when they saw me completely going numb and completely not right, they actually rang an ambulance. They brought me to the hospital. They did all the normal tests as you have to do and stuff, and it came back that I had a stroke. So from that point, I was in hospital for a good few weeks, doing type of like speech therapy, trying to do some exercise or physio with my left side, and I got to a point that they were finding it hard for me to walk, and my parents said, look, he's been here for a while. And at that point, the children's hospital wouldn't let my brother and sister come in to see me, because they were like, no, he's not, he has to be, whatever, he needs to be get himself rehabilitated before he can get to see. There was basically only adults could really come in, to be honest with you. So my parents said to them, and by this time it was like summertime, so I think it was in the summer, and my parents said, look, can we bring him out on the weekend for one day, maybe on the Saturday, just to see his brother and sister, and just so they can have that, because they were upset, they didn't know what was happening. Their baby brother was no longer in the house. He was in hospital, but they didn't know what was going on. So the hospital agreed, and my parents brought me out to a place called Dunleary, and that is in Ireland. It's in Dublin, a bit of Dublin. and it's basically like a beach. So like, you know, it's like a beach type of place, you know, like you have like, you know, you kind of have like a fair fields, you know, you can have fair, there's a little fair there, you know, you can play all the games and stuff. So my parents brought me out there with my brother and a sister, and it was a lovely, lovely day, and my mum and dad were like, we want to get you walking. So they actually got me on the beach. My dad went to the other one side and my mum stayed with me, and they were like, okay, you got to try and walk to get to your dad and then walk back. And I tried, and I fell, and I got back up, and I did a little bit of walking, and I fell. And I got to my dad, and then turned around, and back and forth, back and forth. And at this point, you know, my sister and brother were on either side of me as well, just to make sure that I was all right. So for me, when I went back to the hospital on the Sunday, I could walk a bit. I could actually go so far, and then, you know, I had to stop, and I could go a bit further. But it was one of those things, so that was the start of, oh, I apologise for coughing, but no, that was the start of me kind of rehabilitating myself and trying to get a bit back to normality. So that happened, and my parents were really happy about it, and the doctors were really happy about it. The nurses were, the physiotherapists were very happy that when I came back, I could walk a bit, and they were really happy with it. And for me, it's kind of strange. For me, is sometimes in your life you have heroes, and for me, my parents are my heroes, because if they didn't do that, if they didn't bring me out and try and get me to walk again, I don't know where I would be today without them. And you know, they're just my heroes, and for me, it's like I always say thank you to them, because, you know, they stood behind me all the way, and even now that I'm actually 45, they still worry about me. They're still concerned over me, and it's like they don't have to be, but you know what parents are like. So for me, my parents are my heroes. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing a few different videos. As I said, on this channel, each week an update on my steps. As well as that, I'm going to be doing little bibs and bobs about the day in the life of me and my Yorkshire Terrier Boris, who is absolutely adorable. People who watch this already, this channel, they all know Boris. Boris is the star of my YouTube channel. And yeah, so guys, I'm going to go now, because I'm going to go out for another quick little walk, because I want to keep my steps up. Today for me is day 7 of my step challenge. So I'd just like to say, I hope to all the people who are doing the step challenge, I wish you all the luck. We're going to smash this for the Stroke Association. We're really going to do this. We're going to raise a good bit of money, fingers crossed, and let's do it. So I will see you all next week. And as I always say, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and until next week, be kind to yourself and have a great week. Bye.